cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's get into the message. I do want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support on the channel. The likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations all really do help out. So, thank you. Thank you. And if you are feeling called to get a personal reading from me, the information about that is in the description box below. Let's get into the message. Oh, okay. You've got angels and nurture the home witch. Okay. So I'm going to take a peek. I have not seen these two cards yet. Okay, so this is talking about creating a nourishing home environment. So it's calling upon you to honor your home as a sacred space for self-care and nourishment. You possess the innate wisdom to create a nurturing environment that supports your well-being on all levels. Now is the time to prioritize self-care as an essential practice that honors your body, mind, and spirit. Make time for practices that bring you joy, whether indulging in a relaxing bath, journaling by candlelight, or simply spending quiet moments in meditation. Surround yourself with the comforts of home, enveloped by the energy of your sacred space. Okay. So, yeah, and if you're watching this in real time when I post it, we're coming up into spring if you're in the northern hemisphere, and there's that energy that like comes about in the air of spring cleaning. So that could be part of this as well. You may be picking up on this energy now, or you might be picking up on it here soon, where it's like purging things, going through things, reorganizing things, stuff like that in your home. But then it's also about really making a space in your home where you can um meditate or journal or whatever it is for you, and just kind of that quiet space that really allows you to connect with the divine in whatever way you work with the divine, your soul, your higher self, etc. That's really where that guidance can come through. Okay. And then I also just heard something about clearing and cleansing and protecting your home. So maybe you're also being called to do that, or to really start doing that if you haven't been. And you can do this just like mentally, where you visualize any energy that's stale or stagnant or low vibrational leaving your home, and then you fill it up with either, I use gold light, but you can also use white light. And you just kind of put up like that protective barrier. You can call in angels, or your spirit team, or the divine, whatever you work with, to really help assist that as well. And then of course there's things, crystal smudging, so on and so forth. There's other things that you can do as well. So just, maybe research it and find what calls to you. Yeah. And then with angels, I am gonna read a little bit of it just to see. Your path is illuminated with divine wisdom and protection. So this brings the message of divine presence and guidance. It reassures you that angels are by your side, illuminating your path with their wisdom and offering protection at every step. Angels are celestial beings of light, often regarded as messengers of the divine who embody unconditional love and compassion, helping to bridge the gap between the earthly realm and the spiritual world. They are watching over you, guiding you toward your highest good. When you feel lost or uncertain, call on angels for clarity and support, and allow their divine wisdom to steer you through life's challenges and decisions. And I do also want to say the angels are non-denominational. So Just if you've felt a resistance by actually working with angels because you tie them to certain religions, just know that they're non-denominational. They're beings of of divine essence that are here to help and support humanity in the planet. And so you can call on them regardless of your spiritual beliefs, your religious beliefs, anything of that nature. Um, they'll work with anybody who calls on them. So, yeah, just know that. And okay, I just randomly heard if you're seeing a lot of sacred geometry right now, that could be a sign that you have angels working with you. So sometimes they'll appear in sacred geometry formations. Little side note, that one, that one. Oh, we're going to the Forest of Enchantment Oracle. What else wants to come through for the collective? The Questing Beast. And Treasure. Having issues with cards right now. Okay. That one part of it. There's this one and this one. Ah, okay. So we've got the Questing Beast, Treasure, You Are Here, and The Door into Summer. Okay, I'm being called to read these two, but I'm going to address these two really quick. So The Door into Summer is really talking about a period of stagnancy that is getting ready to completely shift. So if you've felt stagnant or stuck in certain areas of life, just know that that energy is lifting. And this is collectively happening in the energy right now as well, especially for those of us who are more in the spiritual realm of things. But it's really a collective thing that's happening right now too, is that kind of that stagnancy, that keeping you in kind of this divine bubble, that energy is lifting, and so movement is coming. And you're going to be able to just blast through that stagnant energy here very, very rapidly. And then we've also got treasure, and this is talking about really paying attention to things around you, because the treasure that you seek in whatever way that is for you is closer than it appears. So you may be being called to look at things from a different perspective and to see that what it is you're seeking is already in your energy in some way. Um, so take that as it resonates. I'm picking up a lot of different threads of energy, so I'm not going to elaborate on it. But whatever the treasure is for you, it was most likely whatever you thought of when I first said treasure, that is already in your energy field. And so changing your perspective to see it from a slightly different perspective can help you to view it differently and then to really obtain it. Hopefully that made sense. Okay. The Questing Beast. This is talking about perseverance, pursuing your passion, the thrill of the chase, and dedication to a quest. You're going on a quest? Take me with you. Just a magical quest. Okay. Anyways, if something captures your fancy, pursue it to the best of your ability. Your enthusiasm will naturally wane at times, but if the endeavor is a passion, your zeal can be reignited. Look for ways to keep the quest fresh. Okay, and again, I'm picking up a lot of different threads of energy. So take that as it resonates. For some of you, it could be like a spiritual pursuit. For some of you, it could be career, relationship, community, location. It can really be anything. And that's part of this treasure thing too. I feel like there's a level of perseverance when it comes to obtaining this treasure in whatever way whatever that is for you. And then we've got the You Are Here card. And that one is stop and breathe. Feel your feet firmly upon the ground. The map of your life shows where you have been and all the possible places you could go. Take some time to orient yourself and consider your options. Most of all, stay calm and centered. You are safe right where you are. So, this is groundedness, being present in the moment, mindfulness, choosing a direction, and calm and clarity. Okay. Hmm. So, it's interesting. I feel like this is a fragmented message, which is quite bizarre. There's not really I was attempting to bring the first two cards into this message, and it feels almost like separate messages, but it's not. It's interplayed. That's the message. Okay. What you could be experiencing right now is you could be experiencing life in a fragmented way where it feels like there's all these parts to life that are separate. And what you're being called to do is to really look at the interconnectedness of the things that you're experiencing right now and how they all interplay together. And then also knowing that this period of stagnancy that you've been in for a little bit, by your perseverance, by having a sacred space in your home, by calling on angels or whatever divine forces you work with, and then by allowing yourself to change your perspective and then get grounded and stay in the present moment, that is going to really allow you to embark on this quest and and find your treasure in whatever way that is for you. So that's a beautiful message. That's beautiful. We're getting into the tarot now. Okay. I gotta move some stuff. Give me just a second. Okay, so as I was moving some cards around, I randomly thought about my walk. So this is this total side note, but it is relevant to this message. So what I feel like part of this message of really finding that sacred space, it's really about finding something that you do every day that is for you. So for me, one of the things that I do that is very precious to me is I go on a walk. It's like a 2-mile walk with a mini hike, and it's something that I do pretty much every day. It's kind of my time. Um, and for me personally, I had an injury a few years ago at this point, that caused me to not be able to walk consistently for um it was the better part of about 4 years that I wasn't able to really walk consistently because of an injury. And so now when I go to take my walk, even on days when I'm like, "Oh, I really don't feel like it," I change my perspective right away, and I'm like, "Wait a minute. There was a point in time not too long ago where I couldn't do this." And so I change my perspective right away, and I'm like, "I'm gonna do it." And every time when I do it, I'm so thankful that I'm able to walk 2 miles a day. And it seems, pretty minor, but for me, it's big, and it's something that I do for myself, and it brings me peace or joy or just gratitude. And that's something that I do for me every day. And so I feel like you're being called to find something like that for you. Whether it's 5 minutes of meditation or journaling or, a spiritual bath or a spiritual shower or, a walk or maybe it's painting or whatever it is. I feel like you're really being called to find something like that for you that you can do every day that is just for you, and that's going to be very, very nurturing. And that's also going to help you stay grounded. It will also help pull you into the present moment, and it will help you on this fabulous quest to your treasure. And it's also going to help you to shift out of this stagnant energy. Okay. What else wants to come through? What else? Oh, we've got the death card. So the death card is a complete end to a cycle. Okay. So you either have completed this cycle or you're in the midst of fully completing it right now. Um, okay, holy moly. So we've got the Chariot card. Um, and I normally don't talk about the zodiac stuff, but I am wearing my Cancer sweatshirt today, and this is Cancer energy, so I'm just gonna say that. Maybe that's a little extra confirmation for somebody. Um, yeah. I mean, really, technically, we've got all the signs out here with these cards that just came out, but I just felt guided to say that as extra confirmation. The Chariot is about it's movement forward. It's about really picking a path and going for it. And it came out on the quest card. So there is something that you're being called to commit to and to go towards ambitiously and with I heard discernment, which is interesting, but with determination. It's a very determined energy. It's that energy like once you lock your sight on something, nothing's going to get in your way. And so you're really being asked to step into that energy and go towards what it is that you're being called to go towards. And there's something with it, with the King of Cups energy, there's something with it that's very emotionally fulfilling. And you're also being asked to really tap into that heart space and go towards what it is that your heart is calling you towards. So again, this can be in any aspect of life. So just take it as it resonates. With that, there is also a complete end to a cycle that is happening or that just happened for you. And this door is open for you, and now it's really about choosing to walk through that door and go for it. And with the Empress card, this is really about I mean, it's fertility. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like with actually, getting pregnant or having a child. That absolutely can be part of it, but it's really about being able to nurture and grow whatever it is in your life that you focus on. That's the Empress energy. The Empress makes things grow. Births new things into the physical reality, whatever that is for you, and really has the ability to nurture it and to grow that. Whether it's a business, whether it's a child, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a home, whatever it is. So you're really in this energy right now where you have this ability to grow whatever this is that you are being called to grow. And it's right here with the treasure card as well. So, yeah, so it's one of these like whatever it is that you're desiring, you have the ability to make it grow. And then we've got temperance and judgment. And so temperance, which came out on this card that's talking about like being in the present moment, stability, groundedness, all of that. Temperance is a very balanced energy. She's got one eye closed and one eye open in this card, and it's about balance. It's about um honoring the internal world and the external world and having those be in balance. And so I do feel like you are really coming into this place where it's that harmonious, balanced experience. And then with judgment, weirdly enough, I'm being called to read what it says in the book. So we're gonna go with it. Okay. Where has your path led you and where will it lead you now? Are you following your own music or dancing to someone else's tune? The judgment card reminds us to listen to our own inner wisdom. It can also be a suggestion that we are judging ourselves too harshly or taking others' judgment of us to heart. This may be an indication it's time to let go of the old and embrace the new. Rebirth and renewal await if you're willing to go down the path that will take you to them. Beautiful. Yeah. So that definitely plays into the rest of this message here is, this is really about going within and getting that internal approval versus the external approval and doing what it is that makes your heart sing versus attempting to please other people or be who other people want you to be. It's about really tapping in and being the authentic version of you and living life from that place. And, there's going to be people around you that aren't going to be on board with it, and that's okay. And then there's going to be people that are around you that are on board with it. And if not, there will be people that come in that are on board with it once you fully anchor this in and commit to that path of authenticity, commit to that path of internal approval and being who it is that you want to be. That energy will naturally attract people to you that see you in that energy, that are capable of embracing you in that energy and assisting you, and it'll be mutually beneficial. It's really about kind of shifting from having a lot of karmic energies around you to having a lot of soul connections around you, in people, places, and things that are aligned with who you are at the core versus who you have been trying to show up as. So this is massive, massive life-changing energy. This is really about, and I'm seeing the two paths coming up here where it's like you can go this way or that way. you know with the death card, it's that two paths, but the thing with the death card is this door has been shut, so now you get to fully commit to going through this door and picking the path that is in alignment for you, and just saying, this is what I'm doing. And really embracing it. And once you commit to it and embrace it, it gets easier and easier to walk that path and to stay committed to the path. That if you've kind of been in this energy where you're kind of at the crossroads and you're like, well, do I keep going along this path or do I switch and go towards the more heart centered path, the more aligned, the soul aligned path? If you've been kind of hemming and hawing and at this crossroads, now is the time for you to really commit to the path of authenticity, because with that, I mean, you know, it's it's the Empress in Judgment. Like, this is about you really being able to tap into that internal approval and follow that soul aligned path. And when you're in that energy, everything you touch turns to gold, basically. It's that kind of an energy. Where the resistance isn't as strong. Life isn't as hard. It's not as, you don't feel like you're fighting against things or trying to mold yourself to fit into these boxes so that you please other people. It's about being authentically you, unapologetically. And the right people will make their way to you when you embody this energy. So that is a beautiful message. I'm wishing you all the best on this. I hope you choose the soul aligned path. I feel like you're kind of at this point now to where you've been pushed towards that path enough to where you could walk the other path, but you've come too far to where that other path would just be energetically draining and very unfulfilling. And so now you're really at this point of embracing this path that is authentically you, and just committing to it, and see what the universe has in store on that path, because it's gonna be beautiful and awesome and wonderful. There's always going to be those days, of course. There's always going to be those experiences and those lessons that come up along the way, but it's mostly going to just be, it's just more, when you're in alignment and you're authentically you, it's such a different experience. And, embodying that and just realizing that, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. You know, it's like, nah, that's all right. But the people whose cup of tea you are going to love you and embrace you and support you and help you and continue to help you tap into your most authentic self. And then you'll do that for other people as well, just by being you and embodying that authenticity. It really is a beautiful thing. So I am wishing you all the best on this journey. Um, you got this. You got beautiful stuff coming your way. It's good stuff. So just know that you're supported and protected. Everything you're going through right now is for a reason. You've closed out cycles, and that's a hard thing to do. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. You've been doing it. So, alrighty. With that, I'm going to leave this here before I just keep talking in circles. So, I hope this resonates. If so, you can let me know in the comments below. You can also hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, feel free to hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.